and bring this meeting to order. Thank you all so much for being patient as we transition the layout of the room. We're going to go ahead and get started, and hopefully we'll have you out of here soon. All right, would anyone like to utilize open forum at this time?
All right, awesome. Hey, good evening. I was told that I'm going to come here and give a presentation on basically the value that I would have if kind of to introduce ourselves kind of thing. So I'm Lieutenant Michael Taylor. I'm the Vice President of the Auburn Student Veterans Association. So I basically represent the Auburn student veterans for you guys, and the value, you guys click the next slide. I have our mission and our goal up there, but one of the things that we represent with our organization is the student veterans on campus, but not just the student veterans, also those that are dependents or in some way military affiliated. So that's who we focus on, but honestly, we would take anyone in our group. A couple of the things that we do, big picture-wise on campus, is we take all of the student veterans that we can. We try to collect them all initially when they come here, or when they show up for the semester in the fall or the summer or the spring. And we try to incorporate them into our family. One of the reasons why is because, just a quick data point, is that there's almost 8,000 students on campus that are in some way affiliated with either GI Bill, Chapter 31, Chapter 33, something like that. So if you do the rough math on that, we're basically 1 in every 5 students on campus. And actually, behind athletics, if you just take the tuition of those 8,000 students, we're one of the second biggest funding sources on campus as well. So those are while we don't have 8,000 students in our club, we do still work on their behalf for various veterans or dependent or military related affairs on campus as well. So advocating for the school to get their benefits unlocked to go that way. And then another thing that we do is we do a couple big major events on campus, one of those being the Auburn Student Veterans Gala, which is a major fundraising event we do right around the weekend of Veterans Day. And then also we do Operation Iron Rock. So you can see a picture here of us delivering the game ball, where we marched from Tuscaloosa, Alabama to Auburn. And then, this fall we're gonna go back the other way during the Iron Bowl. And we deliver the game ball while wearing t-shirts and raising money for veteran suicide awareness. So there's a stat out there that 22 veterans commit suicide on a daily basis. So one of our biggest philanthropies is raising awareness and then subsequently funding charities that support reducing that number down from 22 as much as we can. So if you click the next slide, these are 2 students in the last year that committed suicide that were in our organization. So this is Greg House and Josh Marshall. These 2 students, I know it's getting heavy, but yeah, they committed suicide while under our watch, and we're pretty regretful of that, but we think that this is why we add value as an organization, because this is exactly what we're trying to prevent. And these are students that were probably walking around with you. You might have even had class with them and not even known it if you're in some of these large classes. But part of the reason why we strive so hard for our funding, why we strive so hard for our marketing, and why we strive so hard to have our voices heard on campus and and gain the support of people like you guys, the student government, is that because 20% of those people are affiliated with these groups, we want the support of you guys to also advocate on their behalf, so stuff like this does not happen. So that is primarily what we look at when we are walking around campus, do our events and things like that, is actually preventing. We view it as life or death. So if you're going to put value on our organization, that's what we're doing. Is we're trying to build camaraderie. We're trying to build a family support network on that kind of stuff. So that's our main mission, is preventing and bringing family to each other, not just military, but dependents and the rest of the student body combined. So I think that's why that's valuable, is because objectively, we hold 20% of the student body. We're one of the second largest funding sources from a monetary standpoint, and also our mission is what we view as life or death. So that's the value I think we bring, is coordinating with us and helping to advocate on those people for their behalf so we can prevent things like that. That's actually all I had for you guys tonight. So thank you.
Lieutenant Taylor is going to serve as our ASBA liaison, and this presentation was in regard to his confirmation, which will be coming across the future order tonight. You have that on your agenda. All right, so now we're going to approval of the minutes. The minutes were sent out electronically last Tuesday. Are there any corrections to be made to the minutes? All right, seeing there are none, they are now marked as approved and corrected, and we will now move into reports from our officers, beginning with the president.
Hey everybody, hope everybody had an awesome Easter weekend. So just a few things from me. Just wanted to bring this to y'all's attention. Something we're thinking about is, so Narcan is something that saves you if you have a drug overdose, or something to do with basically like if you take too many pills, same thing, will save you. We're thinking about doing a partnership with IFC with that. So basically all the AEDs, which are like defibrillators on campus, like putting a Narcan above all of those, and we'd be helping to front that cost. But if y'all have anything that y'all think about Narcan, or if y'all support that, don't support that, let me know, because that's just something we're thinking about right now. Also, something we want to do this year is something called listening tours. This is something that SGA has done in the past, where we go to different student organizations, go to their meetings, get to know their groups and what they're doing. Just let them know that SGA is there, and also see if we can align with some of the things they're working on this year. So that's something that Ms. Pro Temp over here and Bennett will be working on. Just coordinating some stuff. Should be a really fun Senate cabinet collaboration to get to know both sides of SGA. So that should be a good time. Also, we have 8A this Saturday, so definitely show up, show out. Should be a good time. Really excited about this this football year. And then I have office hours Tuesday tomorrow from 1:30 to 3, and Thursday from 12:30 to 2. So yeah, thank y'all.
Thanks, Jack. Now we're going to mark over.
Hey y'all, hope y'all had a good weekend. So ring night is coming up. It's on the 25th. If y'all just support that tradition and post graphics whenever, old ring team and new ring team is going to help out with that. But it's just a great tradition that we need to keep just supporting as much as we can. Our finance and ring directors are in, and then our cabinet retreat is this Sunday. We're really excited for that, just to get things kicked off and going. And then I'm continuing to lay the groundwork for just what we need to do to have a financial wellness center in. I think that's a really great thing that we could have. And then lastly, we're kind of exploring what needs to happen for our finance directors and finance AVP to be able to communicate with university finances. And we're just going to see what we can do there. But thank you all.
Thanks, Will. And now we're going from our EVP of outreach.
Hey y'all, hope everyone had a good Easter. So for me, I attended the monthly ISAG meeting last Wednesday. It was awesome, got some good feedback from them. Also kind of shared some of our preliminary goals So it's good just being on the same page as them. Today I had a meeting with our chamber, Lady Crystal McKelvey, regarding AU10, which, if y'all don't know, is the student discount for all Auburn students, 10% off at participating stores, downtown stores, restaurants. I'm probably going to send that out in the group me today, so we need to start promoting that. Just about our vision for that process this year. Got some good insightful information. And then we have a meeting with Mayor Anders next Monday. We're going to try to get him on campus this semester and have a focus with the mayor type day. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Now we'll go from our chief of staff.
Hey y'all, not much from me. Last week we got 2 select directors, which was really exciting. And then we have cabinet retreat on Sunday, and then our first cabinet meeting is next Monday. So we'll be in here before y'all next week, which is really exciting. So yeah.
Thanks, Jordan. And now we'll go from our EDP of initiatives.
Hey, y'all, hope y'all had a good Easter. We've got the Student Center monthly meeting this Thursday, so I kind of wanted to open up the floor to y'all. Do y'all have any concerns or anything y'all want me to bring to that meeting on Thursday?
The new furniture was great.
Sweet.
Positive feedback.
All right, bet. Excited to have a full cabinet and begin working with our APs. As Fa said, we've got cabinet on Monday. Really excited to get rolling there. And we're finalizing exec goals that will really allow me to do my job and with my team. So thank y'all.
Thanks, Thomas. And now we'll move into reports from our standing committees, beginning with academic affairs.
Education. Hey everyone. I hope y'all had a wonderful Easter weekend. Not much for academic affairs. We're also kind of working on our projects. Slate looked into a little bit more of what academic advising kind of looks like and Advise Assist. Reed is still doing research on developing an AI statement to potentially put in syllabi, which is super great. And then Timmy is also working on a graduate school kind of open forum, town hall kind of project for undergraduate students to kind of reach out to graduate students to ask them questions about the graduate school program, which will increase marketing for the graduate school. But that's all from us so far.
Thanks, Sophie. Now a report from our budget and finance committee.
Inman business, no report.
Awesome. Now a report from code of laws.
Laney Kosan, again, hope y'all had a great weekend. We have a couple of confirmations coming across the floor tonight. Next week, we'll have the directors and assistant directors as a future order of business. We're just continuing to work on our projects. We'll have a few code changes coming in the next few weeks as well. Have a great week.
Thanks, Ethan. Finally, a report from the student affairs committee. Oh, excuse me, I'm out of order. Next up is DEI.
Computer engineering, hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. We have a couple projects that we're kind of focused on right now, about 5, and then also SD 129. If you guys have any feedback that you think that students really want to hear, questions that they really want to get answered, please reach out to me or any of the members of our committee. And if you're also interested in joining DNI, let me know. We have a few new members, so thank you.
Thanks, Ethan. Now a report for the student affairs committee.
Jones at large. Student affairs is still working on our continued projects that I've been updating on y'all the past couple weeks. We're stoked to have a cabinet full so we can reach out and partner with them and have some cabinet collab. And our goals, we're looking to hit the concourse next week to get some started feedback on our projects so we can start to be more intentional with our interactions with students and get that feedback. So if you'd like to join us, please let me know. I'll let y'all know what day that is next week. And then I actually wanted to get some feedback from y'all. Parking and Transportation's working on pickup and drop-off locations. So where on campus would you like to be able to be picked up and dropped off?
Behind louder.
Okay.
Triple H, all of that.
else?
Forestry, wildlife, environment building.
Poultry building?
Those are like dismissive.
Med clinic.
Already med clinic drop off.
Anywhere else? If y'all think of anywhere else, like, just text me or Huffman, over part. Thank y'all. Regal.
Thanks, Tim. Now we're coming from our executive committee.
Similar at large. Okay, just a few things. Please sign in, keep sending me your office hours. And then if you're really interested in doing these listening tours and you like want to get to know different organizations, please reach out to me. I'll try to get you on a time slot when we figure out a more complete schedule. But thank y'all.
Thank you, Ms. Francis. And now moving to reports from our liaisons, beginning with the Honors Congress.
Ashley Honors Congress. This past week was a busy one for the Honors Congress. We had 4 small committee events with a sizable attendance, which was great. And then on Saturday, we had our formal with around 100 attendees as well, which was also exciting, especially with it being Easter weekend. Then this past Thursday, our advising team won several awards at the Provost Advising Award Ceremony. Yvette Stone won the Outstanding Advisor Primary Role Award, and then our entire advising team won the Outstanding Advising Program Award. And then finally, this week, the Honors Congress has opened up director positions. So if you know anyone who's interested in having a leadership role in the Honors Congress and doing event programming for us, then send them my way.
Awesome, thank you so much. Now report from our BSU liaison.
Hey everyone, so last week for BSU, our new exec had all the interviews for our cabinet, so hopefully we'll have a full cabinet soon, which is really exciting, so they can get started on the new things that they want to see for BSU in the following year. And then today we had our freshman committee GA where they did, I don't know if y'all know, line dances. They were just out there with popsicles and teaching people line dances, dancing. It was just a lot of fun. And it's just always good to see what the freshmen come up with because they just have all these new ideas and they really are the future of BSU. So that was really exciting. And then the Black Alumni Council weekend is April 19th through April 21st. So all of the students in Black Student Union are really looking forward to that. They're going to have their annual block party like they always do. And that's just usually always a good hit. And it's just good to see people that maybe graduated 2 years ago that are alumni or people that graduated 40 years ago or, whatever. It's just great to see those people and interact with them and hear how their experience was at Auburn when they went here versus how it is now. And then the donning of the Kente ceremony is going to be Thursday, April 18th with the Black Alumni Council from 5 to 7 in the Student Activity Center. So if you know anybody that is graduating in the spring or also summer and fall, they're going to do the Kente ceremony for all of those graduates. So I'll be attending because I'm graduating, so looking forward to that, but that's all for me.
Thank you, Portland. And now, as we have a period of transition for the rest of our liaison positions, we will now move into the current orders of business. So first on the docket is PSSB 24032501, brought to you by Senator Lady.
Lady Kosam, I ask for approval of the following. M.K. Magruder, College of Nursing Senator. Make a motion to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the bill just read. Is there any debate? All right, so no debate. We will move into a vote if everyone would please pull out a piece of technology and vote via canvas quiz. it seems that the ayes have it, and this bill has been passed. Congratulations, MK. We will now move to PSSB 24032502, brought to you by Senators Laney and Massey.
Lady Kosam.
Massey, Kosam. I ask for approval of the following. Lane Martin, Executive Director of Elections. Bennett Harris, Assistant Vice President of Cabinet Administration. Catherine Turner, Assistant Vice President of Opportunities. Allie Grace Gentry, Assistant Vice President of Communications and Marketing. Elle Squires, Assistant Vice President of Media Operations. Allison Stubbs, Assistant Vice President of Academic Affairs. Owen Beaverstock, Assistant Vice President of Athletics. Vera Smith-T, Assistant Vice President of Campus Life. Mary Holly Post, Assistant Vice President of University Operations. Joshua Duschensdorf, Assistant Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Abby Hathcock, Assistant Vice President of External Affairs. Elizabeth Casey, Assistant Vice President of Feedback and Assessment. Madeline Faxo, Assistant Vice President of Outreach Programs. Haley Bergenthal, Assistant Vice President of Finance. Ellie Grace Crowder, Assistant Vice President of Auburn Rings. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second?
Madam President, I move to divide the question. So what this motion would do was would allow us to go one by one through each of these nominations, and we would debate them separately, and we would vote on them separately. From my understanding, we would go through a hand vote for each of those, and we wouldn't wait to make canvas quizzes, but we'd go through each of these, debate the nominees, and vote on them separately.
The motion has been made to divide this question. Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. We will now move into a vote. If you are in favor of dividing this question, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Raise it high.
Raise high.
It seems that the nays have it, and this motion has not been passed, so we will proceed as normal with this current order. All right, is there any debate on the bill at hand?
Point of inquiry,
Yes.
Zurich Education. So since we're not debating them separately, how would you like for us to ask questions about these?
If you would like to debate any points included in the bill, you can ask them just as normal about anything that is included. And if you have changes that you would like to be made to a bill, then you may make a motion to make an amendment. Is there any further debate? Senator Peter.
Engineering, I have a few questions for some of these goal sheets. Looking at them, it quite doesn't make sense to me that the goals presented to us are what we're supposed to do.
Would you mind saying that a little bit louder?
Yes.
Yes, would you like to stand up?
Computer engineering, looking through some of these goal sheets, it does not look as though something it is that the Student Senate should approve, and I have a few questions for some of these ABP confirmations.
Absolutely. If you would like to address the ABPs that you have questions for, they are all present tonight.
So the first one is for Allison Stubbs with academics.
I yield my time to Allison Stubbs.
Allison, do you want to just stand up? And Senator Peter, you may ask her any questions that you may have.
So, looking here at your goal sheet, I was a little confused as to what you meant by 4.0s will be able to go ahead and register early, and then you also have the contradiction of Proctor U allowing students to go ahead and cheat within their courses. So if Proctor U is allowing students to cheat within their courses, and those students are also getting 4.0s, why is it that those students that are cheating are allowed to go ahead and apply early?
Okay, so that's exactly what I'm trying to stop. So they're two separate. Okay. Wait, am I supposed to talk now?
Yes.
Okay, those are two separate goals that I have. So the first goal is, you might not know this, but the Biggio Center is potentially going to make ProctorU the streamline for every single test. So now every test you take will be on ProctorU. And as many of us know, we're in a lot of classes, we hear the talk. It is a lot easier to cheat on an at-home ProctorU test than a test that is in class on a piece of paper or a test that's on ProctorU in class. So if we're gonna call ourselves an everything school, we need to focus on academics as well. And we don't need to allow the skewing of grades. Because a lot of times in my experience, teachers that I have that don't necessarily teach with efficiency and effectiveness, there are these teachers that are having these online ProctorU tests. And so in order to, promote academic excellence here at Auburn, I'm looking to just create awareness, especially to the administration and to these teachers of what ProctorU is. So that's one goal. A separate goal is rewarding academic excellence. So at Auburn, what I was just saying with the Tiger scheduler thing is you go in and you have, X amount of hours, and then that's how you get your time slot. So here at Auburn, honestly, I don't know of anything that happens that rewards academic excellence. And if you're a student who has a high GPA, not necessarily 4.0, but maybe a GPA that's above a 3.75 or something like that, that obviously in most cases means that you value your education a lot and you're gonna be a student who's in attendance a lot. So finding ways to make sure that those students are getting the teachers that they want and they're getting the teachers who are gonna teach and be effective is kind of what those two goals were meaning. So I hope that answered your question, but two separate things, not necessarily in tandem, if that makes sense.
Is there any further debate? Senator Zyrick.
Zyrick Education. Looking at your goal sheet, Allison, you said ban ProctorU. Do you feel like that is fair for students that are like online or virtual or distance learning because they can't come to class? And also from my own experience, ProctorU has made me show my entire room. Like they're very extensive. Now maybe Honor Lock or something similar to that may not be as extensive, but ProctorU and banning it feels a little extreme. I'd love to hear your point of view on that.
That was more of just like, I was writing it out, but like mostly creating awareness of what occurs behind the computer screen, I guess, is what, like when you're at home. So like those at-home ProctorU tests, I do think that teachers need to be aware of what goes on there. Like even if you scan your room, there's ways to get around it. So banning them maybe at home, not necessarily ProctorU in general, and just working towards teaching them exactly what goes on when they do an online ProctorU test.
Is there any further debate? Senator Parrish.
Parrish Engineering. My questions are also for Allison Stubbs, the appointee for the Academic Affairs. My question is, so as you stated in your goal sheet, you said, quote, ProctorU should not be allowed. It allows for people to cheat, end quote. Do you believe that ProctorU is to blame for students cheating, or do you believe that students are to blame for students cheating? Because in my opinion, I feel like students are only doing themselves a disservice by cheating on those exams because they're paying thousands of dollars to get this education, but they're not taking full use of it. So I feel like at the end of the day, it's up to them to decide whether or not they will commit academic dishonesty or not.
You can argue that, and most people are going to sit in the computer room and they're allowed to do whatever they want. But also on the other side of that, I'd like to talk to you about the administration. So a lot of times these teachers, their grade point averages are being skewed on these tests of, only 20% of the class really knows how to make an A on a test, but then you have all of these students who are coming in. So the administration on the side isn't teaching like they're supposed to be doing. So it's more so for both parties. The administration needs to be held accountable to make sure that these people are actually making the grades that their tests are saying, and not just the students.
Okay, moving forward onto
a motion in debate.
I wanted to ask.
There's been a motion to end debate. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to end debate. We will now move into a vote. Please raise your hand if you are in favor of moving debate. Please raise your hand and say aye. Raise them high.
Put them like up.
It seems that the ayes have it and debate has been ended. We will now move into a vote on this current order. If you would please pull out your candidates, please, and vote. You're still missing one vote. Still missing one more vote. Please make sure your vote is correct. That's okay.
Is it this one?
Is it the
02. It should be under April 1st in modules.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just let it rip.
All right, it seems that the ayes have it, and this bill has been adopted. Congratulations to our AVPs. We will now move on to PSSB 24032503, brought to you by Senator Laney.
Laney Sam, I ask for approval of the following. This is going to be the timeline for our 2024 Miss Homecoming election. So on Monday, April the 22nd at 4:45, nominations will be due. And then on Tuesday, August the 20th, once we come back from our summer break at 4:45, campaign registration will be due. That means on that Monday, the 19th, that will be call outs of top 5. So that will give those women a day to register for their campaign. On Tuesday, September 10th at 3 p.m. will be kickoff, and then on that Friday, the 13th of September from 7 to 5 will be voting day. I make a motion to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to pass this bill as written. Is there any debate? All right, seeing no debate, we will move into a vote on canvas. All right, it seems that the ayes have it, and this bill has been adopted. We will now move on to our next current order, which is PSSB 24032504, brought to you by Senator Inman.
In business, I ask for the approval of the following: the allocation of $4,000 from the program expansion fund to the sub-line item titled Leadership Training under the line item titled BMAMA Food Drive to the service programs of the services portfolio. These funds would allow BMAMA Food Drive executive board members to attend a yearly conference. Furthermore, this request covers the cost for hosting the annual Beat Auburn, Beat Hunger, Beat Bama Food Drive collaboration event. I move to pass this bill as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the bill just read. Is there any debate? All right, seeing no debate, we'll move into the vote on canvas. All right, seems that the ayes have it, and we will continue to our final current order, which is PSSB 24032505, again brought to you by Senator Inman.
In business, I ask for the approval of the following: the allocation of $4,372.50 from the reserve fund to the sub-line item titled Publicity under the line item titled Beat Bama Food Drive of the service programs budget. These funds would cover the cost of t-shirts, cups, and flyers passed out to the Auburn Jungle at the home opener for the men's basketball season. I move to pass this bill as written.
It's been moved to pass this bill as written. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the bill just passed. Is there any debate? All right, seeing no debate, we'll move into a vote on canvas. So this is one more vote. Is anyone experiencing technical difficulties? Okay, perfect. Just making sure. All right, it seems that the ayes have it and this bill has been adopted. We will now move into future orders of business, beginning with PSSB 24040101, brought to you by Senator Cloutier.
So new business, I ask for approval of the following: Michael Taylor, Auburn Student Veterans Association Liaison.
I move to pass this bill as written. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been, oh, excuse me, we are on future orders business. Are there any questions on this future order? All right, sounds good. This will move to a current order next week, and that is what we will move to a vote. All right, that concludes tonight's meeting. A few announcements. Make sure that y'all are attending your committee meetings and carrying out your office hours this week. This meeting is adjourned.